This one, I know you've had a lot of close calls this year. Where does this one, I mean, just one more chance?
Yeah, you know, Rick, we obviously blew an opportunity today. We had opportunities to free throw line, we had opportunities in the break. We didn't execute again. Kept fighting. You know, that's the good thing. But, you know, when you miss free throws and don't execute, it's hard.
You had Marlowe on the bench for about 11.5 minutes in the second half. Then you put him in with 2 minutes to go. First of all, what was wrong with him? Second of all, why'd you throw him?
Nothing wrong with him. He was fresh. Put him back in.
With him being your leading scorer, why didn't he play more than that?
Because he wasn't playing well at the time.
In the second last possession, after they hit the three, Mike was to come down and get some space and take a jumper on the left wing. It looks like you were trying.
Well, he had a number of options. He had a number of options, and they got up into his space and flicked the ball.
Did Minnesota's pressure cause all those turnovers down the stretch?
No.
How do you keep your team's head in it with all those close games that on one hand you're
gotta
there,
keep
but
fighting.
they aren't W's?
You gotta keep fighting.
You think your defense is what kept you in the game?
It's been what's keeping us in the game every game. And our defense has been really good. We've been fighting, we've been rotating guys, they've been giving us effort. Huge play by Eric May down the stretch. Great steal by Whitey, can't get the layup to go in. Frustrating. But again, if we make our free throws, we probably win a game.
Looks like Josh maybe got a stroke back in the games today.
Yeah. You know, he played the game the way he plays it. You know, he missed some shots, but he made some and he made plays. We were able to play off of him, and that's what we need to be able to do.
You were talking about maybe the best way to get him out of his slump was to play him more, and you did play him more, and it looked like that worked, maybe.
Well, I think it was good for him. I wish I could have played more in the second half. He played for a while in the second half, but then I had that one unit that was clicking, and we had the lead, and you know, it's a little more defensive oriented, so I kept that lineup out there.
You got down 14-2 early on, and then you pulled the starters and get a little.
I pulled some of the starters. Yeah, I prefer not to have to do that. But I mean, our effort level, or you know, for whatever reason, wasn't what it needed to be at the start of the game. It's disappointing.
How big was the spark that you guys got off from Zach McCabe there off the bench?
Zach was spectacular. I thought Josh was spectacular. Gabe gave us some great minutes. Eric May, as always. Clemens. I mean, fortunately, we have that kind of team that, you know. And then when we put Basavi back in, he was better. And when we put Woodbury back in, he was better. And we put White back in, he was better.
When Hollins made that shot to put him ahead, were you expecting them to run the clock down more?
No, they were behind. They're not going to run the clock down. They're going to shoot the first thing that shows. They're not going to quick shoot it, but they're going to get. You know, the disappointing thing from our side is we got to get up into his space. And he's their best three-point shooter, and he shoots a three. You know, that's disappointing. You just got to get up into him. You got to chase him off it. So he makes a drive, it's a tie game. You can't give him a three there. You know, now, you know, to our players, in our players' defense, we made the choice to play zone in that situation. You know, you are going to be more susceptible to give up a jump shot. So I'm not blaming anybody by any stretch of the imagination. I just would like to have gotten up into his space a little bit quicker.
Minnesota only made 3 3-pointers up to that point. Did it kind of surprise me they took the tray there?
No. I felt like if they had a clean look at a three, they would take it. You know, the key then was going to be, will we be able to rebound? You know, a long shot, long rebound type situation. They're such a good rebounding team.
You know, Dev's your leading scorer. Is it disappointing at this point in the season where he's struggling a lot from the field and then just not effective when you really need him the most?
I feel bad for him because, you know, he's a great kid and I love him and he's a terrific player. He's just not playing well. And clearly he's not playing with any confidence. And you know, we have consistently challenged him and tried to work with him. You know, he was doing okay, and then when he got hurt, you know, he sat for a bit, and then he wasn't the same, it didn't seem like, when he came back. You know, he just seemed to be out of sync. I mean, his shot isn't the same. You know, he's not going by people like he normally does. He's not affecting the game the way he typically can. I mean, he's a long-armed, athletic kid that can make plays at both ends of the floor. That's what we need him to do. That's why I went back to him. I thought he could do that.
You've had a lot of post games like this with your team in the locker room. What message do you send now? Just stay to fight? I mean, I know you're disappointed, they're disappointed.
You know, I was pretty upset today. I was pretty upset because you can't go on the road and get down 14-2. Now we fought and fought and fought. I'm proud of that, proud of it. But it's a 40-minute game. You know, you spot Minnesota in their building 14-2. It's going to be really hard to win. There's a lot of things happen. Now we were still in a position to win, and that's upsetting. But we just, you know, we have to play better than that in the game.
One more question? No? Okay.